Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. Hope everybody's doing well today. Sorry for my delay in videos. I've had just some obligations that I had to take care of, but I'm back. In today's video, we're going to go over Bitcoin, ETH, Doge, and I'm going to talk a little bit about ETC. So it's not going to be an incredibly long video, hopefully, and hopefully I can help some of you out there. If you are interested in taking your Elliott Wave knowledge to the next level, you can click on the link below. There is my free strategy and also the link to our Discord. We are a type of Discord that wants to make independent traders to where that you can trade the market on your own and you don't need someone to give you signals. So with that said, it's a different kind of Discord. We're aimed at teaching you how to become a trader yourself. So starting out on Bitcoin, I'm going to use the BLX for this. I wanted to go over a little bit different way of looking at this. Basically, what I wanted to show you is in this bull run here, we came down from the low 30s and we made this channel up into bullish territory. When we reached this peak, we had this move to the downside. Then we pushed up, back up into bullish territory. So we had this little move down, this little move up. Then at that point, we plummeted back down into bearish territory, which that part of the move was a bear market. Then 2017 started. What did we do? We pushed up out of bearish territory, up into bullish in this channel looking wedge here, same as over here. Then what did we do? We came down, the same as we did over here. Found support on 50, came back up into bullish territory, same as we did over here. But here's where it changed. We have this block of RSI where we stayed and ping-ponged up in bullish territory and stayed above the 50, this whole block of price action here. And that was from here all the way up to the end of the bull run. Now we are at, then from there, we push straight down into bearish territory, like we did over here. We're going to start here and where we're at today. This was basically just a push up into bullish and a push down into bearish. But then, what did we do? We went up into this channel. Get off there. We went up into this channel. Okay, so this is where we're at. Channel, channel. Now we have come down into the 50. Just like we did here. And just like we did here. So based on that, what would I expect next? I would expect another push to the upside. Just like we did here and here. What's most important in everything that I'm showing you here is what do we do next after this? Do we come back down into bearish territory, just straight back down like we did here, or do we create this block? What we want is the block. So when we come back down, do we stay in a block? Now this is the weekly time frame. Do we push up and down in this block area? Or do we just come straight back down? Basically come straight back down into bear. This is what needs to happen. I hope I explained that well. I hope you understand that. So what do I expect here? Well, I expect a fifth wave to the upside. Then after that will all depend on what we do. Do we get the block or do we come straight back down? If we do come straight back down, I do expect us to hold the top somewhere in here. And what I see that being is that we've created a we've created maybe a fifth leg here or a wave one, doesn't matter, but we come down for a correction. But I don't see us breaking this part. Worst case scenario, we do come down and then it's moon time up into those higher crazy atmosphere numbers. Or what do? If we create the block, then this white 21 just continues and we make a correction and we carry on higher. We make a correction and we carry on higher, just like we did over here. Made a correction, carried on higher, made a correction, higher, correction, higher until we were done. So all of it will depend on what happens right here on the weekly time frame. Let's go over to regular chart real quick and we'll talk about the correction we're in. Let's go down to the 8-hour. Okay. So in my prior video, I said that ultimate invalidation of this being the start of something was here. We made this 5-wave move, we came down, and we made another 5-wave move, we came down, and now this is iffy. I would say now, if we break this area here, this being the start of something is going out the window. Now that being said, basically what would happen is this would be a corrective A, B, C to the upside. Might even give us something like this. But basically we don't break the high. And then we need a partner for this corrective move to the downside. And it's just going to create a bigger fourth wave. Because I see this as a third, a fourth, a fifth. Now, it's iffy whether the fifth is here or it's here. It doesn't much really matter, okay? It can be here or here. But let's just say it's here. This is a higher degree third. And we're looking for our higher degree fourth. Now, it absolutely can be done here if we continue up. But this is looking iffy and it's kind of taking too long. It needs to blast off here. Otherwise, I'm going to see this as an ABC to the upside. And we need a partner for this to the downside. And then our fourth just moves over here. If we don't go any higher, we're looking at targets right in this area here. Somewhere in this area. But this could be totally done. We just cannot break this low. I don't want to see us break this low. And ultimate invalidation 100%. Confirmation is this low. So let's move over to ETH. Now the title of my video is What to Do When You Don't Know What the Count Is. And ETH has been very difficult. ETH has been hard to decipher what exactly this count is, and it's been difficult. So the title of my video is basically what do you do? Well, what do? You ride the trend. And what do I mean by ride the trend? Well, I have this trend line here. I have these support boxes. As long as we stay above this trend line and stay above these support boxes, every time we make bullish divergence on the 4-hour is my signal to go long. So right here, right here was another signal. Now this could totally 100% make it to the top of the band up here. Or it can decide that it wants to roll over. But if it rolls over and this does not come down as far, this will be another signal to go long. And even if it decides to come all the way down here to the trend line, and this comes on down and really resets itself, we will have bullish divergence, and that will be another signal. We have plenty of support here and trend line support. So this is basically just showing you when I don't know the count and I can't necessarily have a 100% bias of what it is doing and what the count is, because I am an Elliott Wave trader. I use my go-to indicator, the strategies in the link below, and I play the bullish divergences on the 4-hour or the 1-hour. And I play the trend till it ends. Let's talk about Doge. So Doge, I wanted to go up to the weekly. No, it was the daily, I'm sorry, daily. So as you can see on the daily time frame, we push up and then we find support. First time we did it, we pushed up, we found support way down here on the 20. We pushed up again, then we found support on the 30. Then we pushed up again and we found support on the 40. We pushed up again, we found support on the 40, then we spiked again, and now we found support on the 40 again. Now this last time we spiked up, we found support on the 50, which is bullish, because each time we push up, we're finding support on higher and higher and higher support. And this time we found it on the 50. Now for the first time, this is the highest point in the RSI. So that tells me that this point right here is giving me a third wave. So the first time ever here, we've got bearish divergence. All these other times we didn't have it. But for the first time, we have bearish divergence. So this is telling me that we're either creating a fifth wave or we're creating what's called an expanded B wave. So let's talk about that. And we're going to go down to a little lower time frame so you can see. Let's go down to 4 hour. Okay. So when I pull a fib from here to here, we are hitting corrective fib levels. We have yet to hit the 1.618 that would tell me this is a 1, a 2, and a 3, because the third wave needs to hit the 1.618. So if this is a fifth wave to the upside, we're in some sub-degree third of it, because we haven't hit the 1.618 yet. But we're also in what we call the expanded B pocket. That's when you pull a fib from here to here for your A wave, and this pocket here is called the expanded B. Meaning, what could be happening here is we have an A. We've pushed up into a zigzag for a B. And then we're coming down for a C wave. Now, what we want to see here, if this is happening, is to create a higher low. We don't want to break the A wave. We want a higher low so that we can blast off again to the upside. Some quick projections on that. If it is correct, first place we want to look for is the 618. If we break the 618, the next targets are these corrective fib levels right here. We want to not break this A. If this is going to be an expanded B bullish fourth wave, because I do see this as the top of the third, and this would make sense for a big fourth wave, the 618 is the most bullish. If we break it, 1 to 1, 1.236, we don't want to break the A wave. We don't want a, what we call an expanded flat and break this A wave. And the reason for that is because it's much harder for the market to recover. Not that it can't, but it's much harder. What we want is this one. Higher low. Now let's talk about if this is not the expanded B pocket. And I'm wrong about that. Which is just an option. Okay? It's not like 100% that that's what's happening here. But it's definitely on the table. If I'm wrong about the expanded B, what's going to happen here is that we've created a 1, a 2. We're going to get a 3 up to the 1.618. So this needs to give us another high here. So this is a sub-degree third, fourth, then we get a fifth for the third. We get another fourth that should find support in this fourth. And then we go up for a fifth. Now this is actually not as, well, it's actually not as bullish, because in this case, I would see this divergence as a fifth wave and not the expanded B wave that would give us another fourth and a really push much higher for a fifth. So actually the expanded B is the more bullish scenario, because just completing the fifth, we could have a chance that this is over and we plummet. That could very well be possible that this is the third. This is the fourth. And then if this goes up in a fifth, this is the fifth final leg. That would be all the way up in $1.77. And then we'd be due for a much bigger correction. So the expanded B is the much more bullish option, because we go the A wave, the B wave, the C wave, and then we moon. So let's talk about Ethereum Classic.
Mommy, can I take the rabbit on a walk?
No.
Why?
So let's talk about ETH Classic. I have a child that won't stop, and she can see that I'm making a video here. Hold on one second. No, you can't take the rabbit for a walk. No, you'll scare her, okay? Ask me when I'm done. Ask me when I'm done. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Let's go up to the daily. Okay, so the daily, I see this as a 1, a 2. This is a 3. We're getting a 4. And we're going to go up for a 5. Why do I think that? Because the highest point of the RSI just hit. And there's no divergence here. If I thought this was a fifth wave, we would see divergence between these two waves, and we don't. This is the highest point. This tells me that it's the third. Coming down for a fourth, and we should get a fifth to the upside. At that point, it will all depend on what happens after that. Whether we come on down for another fourth and kick off for another fifth. So let's talk about targets here. So pulling a fib for your fourth wave targets, the 236 is sitting at $75, and the 382 is sitting at 44, which would bring you right into this prior fourth wave here. So even if it came down that low, it would be in the prior fourth wave, and it would be something that I would expect. But I really don't think it's going to come down that low, because when we go down to the 4-hour, we've already created bullish divergence. Now this can come down and reset itself 100%. This can come down and reset itself. So I do see the possibility of us creating an A, a B, and some type of C for another fourth wave. And then we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about that interruption. I'm not going to edit it out. I am a person with a family, and it's just what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like. It's really appreciated. And don't forget my giveaway, 1,000 subscribers, 5 free hours of my time. I appreciate each and every one of you.